Hey, this is Riddle, and I'm going to show you how I make homemade perfume. Now, this process, unlike a lot of the other things I show you, aren't it's just not super simplistic. It takes time. This is kind of like an ancient method, and it's a slow process, but the end result is pretty amazing. One batch of perfume that I have, it's in a mason jar, is 7 years old now, and I've continued to add flowers and spices from my garden to it that entire time. And I let a friend smell it the other day, and they said it was comparable to a Chanel. So what we have in here now, I've already infused. I've been infusing flowers for about 6 to 8 months, and I squeeze them out, and we just have the beginnings of our perfume. The base is simply gin. Why gin? Because it's alcohol, so it keeps the flowers from rotting, and it doesn't have a scent to it. And the alcohol will eventually evaporate from it, and you'll have a good base for your perfume. And if you want to soften it or concentrate it, you can add certain oils to do that. So this is what we do now. We just go out into the garden and see what we have that smells great. Aha! This flower is a frangipani, and it smells fantastic. This is also what they make Hawaiian leis from. So I'm going to pick some of those. And you want to completely submerge them in your liquid, in your gin. Then we're going to come back out again and see what else we have. Aha, honeysuckle. Honeysuckle smells just so fantastic. Very concentrated smell. One thing I did learn the years I've been doing this is certain flowers have more concentrated oil than others do. One of those flowers that works really excellent, believe it or not, are flower blossoms. Citrus blossoms, oranges, lemons, tangerines. So if you have a tree like that produces a ton of flowers, get as many as you can. I mean, of course, it's gonna get rid of a bunch of the fruit, but it does create a beautiful fragrance. Aha, Stephanotis. Stephanotis is a very, very fragrant flower. Used to be a traditional wedding flower because it's holds up really well when it's been cut and has such a lovely fragrance. Just going to stuff our Stephanotis in there. Now back out to the garden. And year round you're going to have different flowers that produce different scents, and that's why this is just a slow process. Never hurts to put some lavender in. And sometimes I will actually introduce some dried materials to it, some spices, even some vanilla or a tiny bit of cinnamon is very, very nice. So we're going to stuff all these flowers in there and make sure they're completely submerged. And then we're just going to keep doing that. We're going to stuff this and stuff it every day, every chance we get that we find a fragrant flower, roses, whatever you have. And we're going to continue to do this and just let it sit in there for a minimum of 6 months. Then after 6 months or so, we'll take it out and we'll squeeze it completely dry over a funnel with a sieve in it, and then take that, pour it back in, and then just continue to add our flowers. And eventually you will have a very, very delicious, ancient, pure, organic perfume.